The hidden habits the Bible warns us against are often the ones we overlook because they seem so normal. While we focus on avoiding major sins, the Bible acts as a precise manual for our daily lives, addressing the small behaviors that quietly drain our spiritual energy. There are things you might be doing right now that are explicitly discouraged, not to burden you, but to protect your inner peace and your ultimate purpose. Let's dive into 5 things the Bible forbids that you are likely doing every single day. The most common thing we do every day that is actually forbidden is worrying. We call it being responsible, planning for the worst, or just having a lot on our plate. But in Matthew 6:34, Jesus is very direct. He says, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." When we worry, we are essentially committing a silent sin of unbelief. We are telling God, "I don't think you are big enough to handle this problem." Worrying doesn't empty tomorrow of its sorrow. It only empties today of its strength. Every time you spiral into a what-if scenario regarding your finances, your health, or your family, you are stepping into a territory the Bible has told you to stay out of. God is already in your tomorrow. Trust Him to be there when you arrive. Number 2 is something we often disguise as sharing news or even asking for prayer. It's gossip. Proverbs 16:28 tells us that a gossip separates close friends. We live in a culture of tea and leaks, where talking about other people's failures feels like entertainment. But biblically, if you are discussing someone's problem with a person who is neither part of the problem nor part of the solution, you are gossiping. The Bible forbids bitter speaking and backbiting. We do it at work, in group chats, and even in church hallways. We think it's harmless because we aren't lying. But even the truth spoken with a malicious heart is a violation of the law of love. We love to announce our big moves. We say, "In 6 months, I'll have this business," or "Next year, I'm moving to this city." However, James 4:13-16 calls this arrogance. The Bible forbids us from talking about the future as if we are the masters of it. It says our life is like a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. When we boast about our plans without acknowledging God's sovereignty, we are acting like we are in control. The Bible teaches us to have a humble heart that says, "If the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that." It's a call to move from self-reliance to God-reliance. Number 4 is perhaps the most frequent: complaining. In Philippians 2:14, the command is simple but impossible to fulfill without the Holy Spirit. Do everything without grumbling or arguing. Think about your day so far. Did you complain about the weather, the traffic, the slow internet, your boss? We treat complaining like a fundamental human right, but in the Bible, grumbling is seen as a form of rebellion. When the Israelites complained in the desert, it wasn't just about the food. It was an insult to the God who had just delivered them from slavery. Every complaint is a declaration that God's current provision isn't good enough. Finally, we have the habit of holding on to small offenses. Ephesians 4:26 says, "Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry." Most of us don't have huge enemies, but we carry dozens of small grudges. We stay annoyed at a text that wasn't answered, a person who didn't say thank you, or a friend who forgot our birthday. We keep a mental record of wrongs, which 1 Corinthians 13 says love does not do. Holding on to these small bits of anger every day creates a foothold for bitterness to grow. The Bible forbids us from nursing our anger. We are called to forgive instantly and constantly, just as we have been forgiven. The goal of looking at these 5 things isn't to walk away feeling condemned. It's to realize that we need God's grace every single minute. Our daily habits, how we speak, how we think about the future, and how we treat others are the true tests of our faith. Which of these 5 is your biggest struggle? For most of us, it's a daily battle. But the good news is that God's mercies are new every morning. Let's commit today to replacing worry with prayer, gossip with silence, and complaining with gratitude. Thank you for watching. If this message challenged you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Stay blessed and keep growing.